The Duchess of Cambridge, 39, has dazzled with her fashion choices during her recent royal engagements. Kate wowed crowds gathered for the premiere of the new James Bond film at London TMS Royal Albert Hall last month. The Duchess stepped out onto the red carpet in a gold sequined dress by British designer Jenny Packham. Kate donned the show-stopping outfit, part of a collection of 8 Bond-inspired dresses, as she appeared alongside her husband Prince William, and in-laws Prince Charles and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. Kate impressed again weeks later, as she recycled a Grecian-style Alexander McQueen number for the inaugural ceremony of the Earthshot Prize, the environmental award William launched last year. The dress, which Kate previously wore to a 2011 Bafta event, was in keeping with the Earthshot dress code, which asked guests to consider the environment when choosing their outfit. A 2012 column by journalist and commentator Amanda Platell for the Daily Mail was highly critical of Kate for wearing a bright red dress for the Queen TMS Diamond Jubilee pageant that year. With the Queen TMS Platinum Jubilee set to take place in 2022, Kate may well opt for a more muted dress choice when appearing alongside the Queen this time. Ms. Platell wrote, "Let us be charitable and assume it was never Kate TMS' intention to steal the limelight from the Queen, and she was simply badly advised. But there TMS a lesson in there for her. Yes, she looked stunning. But when in the Queen TMS company, less is definitely more. Ultimately, nothing, not even a scarlet duchess, could outshine our diamond sovereign. But please, Kate, if you TM planning a sexy pink number for the service of Thanksgiving tomorrow, think again." The columnist described the Alexander McQueen outfit as a scarlet dress so bold and bright it just screamed, "Look at me." Trademark. She pointed out that a sleeveless version of the dress had been worn by reality TV star Kim Kardashian and former Dubz star and judge on the X Factor trademark, Tulisa Contostavlos. Ms. Platell was quick to praise Kate for previously combining high street fashion with designer clothes, branding her style classic, conservative, sometimes demure. However, she also added, "So why, on the second most important occasion in her public life, did she opt for an outfit more suited to Ladies' Trademark Day at Aintree alongside Coleen Rooney than beside Her Majesty at her Diamond Jubilee pageant?" The Queen herself opted for a dignified regal number as she stepped aboard the royal barge at the pageant held in her honor, which sailed along the River Thames. Her outfit consisted of a silver and white coat and hat adorned with dozens of Swarovski crystals. Ms. Platell claimed that Kate TMS' own family had influenced her fashion choices for the Queen TMS big day. She added, "I blame her family. Not the royals, but the Middletons." Apparently, the Middleton women, now a bewildering presence at all royal occasions, had decided to do a red, white and blue trademark theme between sisters and mother, with Carol in white, Pippa in blue and Kate in crimson. Put together, they no doubt looked like a jolly string of bunting. But, for heaven TMS sake, this wasn't TMT a promotional shoot for their online party business, it was a formal royal function. Family loyalty is one thing, Kate, but you TM part of a much bigger, more important family now. Pair made the shock announcement in January 2020, and subsequently moved to the US with their son, Archie. Since then Meghan and Harry have publicly spoke about the difficulties they faced as royals, including mental health issues it caused and even alleged racism. Since leaving for their new life, Meghan has not returned to British soil, and Harry has returned just twice, for Prince Philip's funeral and the unveiling of the statue of his late mother, Princess Diana. When Meghan first joined the family, it seemed like a fairy tale, but the relationship slowly began to break down. Royal biographer Andrew Morton spoke to experts Molly Mulshine and Christina Garibaldi on Royally US podcast. Mr. Morton said, "I thought that she was a team player before, and she was known as a team player on Suits. When she joined the royal family, she made every effort to get involved. She converted to the Church of England, she changed her nationality, and was going to become a Brit." He added, "She gave up all her social media accounts and dropped the fact she was a patron of various charities. She seemed to be willing to be integrated into the royal family. I think that what's happened is a small tragedy for the royal family. They've lost someone who was relevant to a section of the population that they couldn't really reach. She and Harry have shown that they're not prepared to accept what was put in front of them and make their own way. Since leaving their roles as working royals, the pair have become financially independent. Their portfolio includes a reported 150 meters Netflix deal, a Spotify deal, a Silicon Valley startup role, and most recently, a bank. Prince William was given almighty being trademark by Queen after Zara crashed royal family support. How many people back the monarchy? Staggering royal fans chart. The pair announced they were moving into banking, promising to change the world by putting their money into an investment firm called Ethic. It is understood they were introduced to its founders by friends. The Duke and Duchess have been appointed as impact partners. Royal family faces a minor crisis after several senior royals who could aid the Queen with her duties are unable to lend a hand. Talk Radio's royal correspondent Rupert Bell suggested conversations about making life easier for the Queen have hit a huge snag after Prince Harry and Prince Andrew, who would usually be perfect to help out, became unavailable. It comes as the Queen was forced to cancel a trip to Northern Ireland on health advice and had to spend the night in hospital. Speaking on Talk Radio, Mr. Bell discussed the Queen's health and future with Rob Rinder. Her Majesty, 95, was due to visit Northern Ireland to attend the centenary service, but was advised not to travel. The monarch returned to Windsor on Thursday with Mr. Johnson informing the press he was told she was back at her desk working. Mr. Bell and Mr. Rinder discussed the story with Mr. Rinder, asking, "Of course, we have Charles and I wonder whether he is going to be taking on new duties. And really, as our Queen gets increasingly to that magical age of 100, do you think she's likely to be able to fulfill that full buffet of roles that she's been fulfilling until now?" Mr. Bell responded, "Probably not, but one of the problems the royal family have, they are a couple down if you see what I mean, people they would have expected to try and help out. Whether it be their grandmother or their mother, but unfortunately one's gone to America and one's got other things on his mind. And that is causing the royal family a degree of problem because they do realize they want the Queen to step back a little bit because at 95 you would expect it to be. But the Queen is also very reluctant in her case to step back because if she feels she can do it she wants to get back out there." Mr. Bell added Prince Charles was likely aware of the situation and what he now needs to do with the rest of the royal family involves thinking of ways to ease the constitutional burden. On Wednesday, it was announced that the head of state's trip to Northern Ireland was cancelled after doctors' orders to rest. But the palace has come under fire from some royal commentators after it emerged the Queen went to the hospital as she was understood to be resting at her Berkshire residence. The Daily Express's royal correspondent Richard Palmer tweeted, "The Queen TMS night in hospital when the palace said she was at Windsor is our splash in later editions today." Royal sources had been keen to encourage the impression that she had just overdone it but may struggle to convince the public now. "In good spirits" is a palace cliché. Journalists including the BBC TM's Nick Witchell have pointed out that rumour and misinformation will thrive if the palace cannot be relied upon for trustworthy information.